And I'll tell you something.
You are something.
You have a friend in that man right there, Andy Richter.
Yes, I do. He's a good friend of me. Thank you. He's a good friend.
Yeah, and when I came to Hollywood, Andy was a good friend to me.
Oh, he was nice to you when you first came here?
He was absolutely. We had nothing, you know. We were just starting out. I was working at Artie's Deli coffee shop. Bussing tables, you know, and stuff like that. And he was always there to help me and stuff. He was the first guy I actually met. He was he had some pylon on the TV and stuff, and he was really so sweet to me, you know. And he said, I want to invite you over to a Hollywood party. No, I was just a farm boy from Canada, you know.
Sure, yeah.
And Canada, yeah. And a big nation up to the north.
Sure, yes. Powerful nation. Lovely people.
So I said, wow, here's my, Andy Richter's going to show me, I'm going to go to a Hollywood party. How exciting, you know? So he said, yeah, he said, it's going to be a pretty wild party. You know, I'm not used to wild parties. I said, what is a wild party there? You know, I don't get out much. He says, oh, you know, he's like a little drinking, a little fighting, a little fornicating, you know? I said, wow, man, that sounds pretty good. I said, what time should I show up? He goes, anytime, it's just the two of us. Now...
Came over, didn't you?
A little fighting, a little fornicating. What's he, an old pirate all of a sudden? Ah.
You notice how I didn't say it's 11.
Hey!
No, because it's 11:30.
It's the Tonight Show now, buddy boy.
That's what I'm trying to point out. It's 11:30.
Thanks for pointing that out. That was great of you.
You want to hear my dad's favorite joke?
Yeah.
He says he was from the farm, you know, and he says a guy comes from the city. City slicker comes and he buys a farm, and the farmer next door comes over to him and says, "Hey, now, would you like to come over to my house tonight? We're going to have a big shindig for you because we're neighborly here." And the city guy said, "Well, this is something I really like, that this is why I moved to the farm, to have things like this, Guy says it'll be a hell of a big party, He goes, it'll be, a little drinking, a little fighting, a little fucking, And the city guy goes, well, that sounds good. What time should I be here? And the farmer goes, anytime you like, just the two of us. So they would drink, then get in a fight, and fuck.
It's your dad's favorite joke.
That was my dad's favorite joke.
He said, welcome to the neighborhood. I know it's not exactly a neighborhood. I live 40 miles from here. But if you're interested, tomorrow night, I'm throwing a welcome to the neighborhood bash. There's going to be a lot of barbecue, some drinking, some dancing, and some wild sex. Would you like to come? And Morty said, sure, but what should I wear? The cowboy said, it doesn't make any difference. It's just going to be the two of us.
I didn't know him that well in the 90s. And then when my dad died, I had to do a movie with Norm. And I tried everything to get out of that movie because I was inconsolable. And I couldn't get out of it. And working with him was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It was like he was the right guy at the right time. I was inconsolable.
Did he talk to you about your dad a lot? Or what did he do?
Never came up. He just made me laugh.
Yeah, right.
He just, and it was, wistful and musing. And Norman's, you never knew he was setting something up or not. We were just hanging out, and all of a sudden it'd be like this punchline out of nowhere. But it started to become like work was like a church I go to. Like I couldn't wait to get to work and just hang around this guy.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I knew he was special.
Yeah.
And I've known people for years and years that didn't make me laugh as much as he did in that 8 or 10 weeks. So he's like a real special person to me. And the way he's funny, I just never seen someone get at it like that. That was great.
He came on our show one time, your old studio, the late night show, and I went in just to say hi before the segment, and he's in the dressing room right outside the double doors, inconsolable. because he had bet on a big game that had just ended.
Oh, yeah.
I'm there to try and make sure that the guest is in a good mood.
Right.
We're going to have a good ramp up. And I remembered him, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I hear the band outside. It's going to be good time show business with a man that just lost 55,000. Who knows what he lost, you know?
Recently destitute Norm Macdonald.
Exactly, yeah.
Did he give that up? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't know 100%.
When it was him reading an excerpt from his book or his book on tape, where he describes his gambling addiction,
Yeah.
so poetically.
Oh, wow.
He talks about roulette.
Roulette.
Yeah. It's
how
a book on tape.
hopeful it is
Yeah.
to be he's addicted to the hope of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way you can talk about Norm and not, because we all know that gambling was, part of his life, and you can just, in his comedy, he's just always putting everything on 17 red or 35 red. It's like, that's amazing that it's really the same, the same thrill.
Yeah, you're right. That's interesting.
I'm not taking that,
He's
I have a funny Norm gambling one. So, and this is everything is true. So, because some of it doesn't make sense, but we lived in the same building. I went up to visit him in his room. We come up at his apartment. That was going into his apartment was bananas as it is. But we're having a nice time, and I say, "You got any soda?" And I open up his fridge. And I swear to God, $25,000 worth of chips, Atlantic City chips, are in his fridge. And I go, "What's this?" He goes, "Oh, I won big. I won big on Friday." And I said, "Well, why did you cash it in, buddy?" He goes, "Well, I brought it here so I could talk to Bernie Brillstein to see how I don't have to pay taxes on it." So I go, "Oh," and he goes, yeah, so I'm going to bring it back Monday. And he told me no matter what, I got to pay taxes. So, it didn't work out there. So whatever, I go, "Oh, that sucks." So anyways, I see him at Saturday Night Live on Monday. I go, "Did you cash that in?" He goes, "I lost it all."
We go down the elevators, and they have limos for us for the SNL to go to the after party. So we get in them, and then Max, the guy, goes, "Oh yeah, Norm sometimes takes his to Atlantic City." So he just skips the party to go right there. And that Monday he comes back. He said the same thing. He goes, he keeps chips in his refrigerator because no one looks in the fridge if they're robbing him.
Oh,
That was another reason.
That's ingenious.
better than the Bernie.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Tell you, I have so many Norm stories, but this is one of my favorites. And I was on tour, me, Sandler, Spade, Rob Schneider, and Norm was kind of like the wild card. He would pop in for certain dates. So I believe Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and we're backstage. Everyone's in Sandler's green room talking, shooting the shit. And me and Norm are in the hallway hanging out. And I don't know why I did this. This long hallway, and this guy walks in. Way down the hallway, walks in the door. And I'm like looking, and we're always kind of suspicious about people that come backstage. And I go, "I think that guy's a gun." And Norm goes, "What?" And I go, I think that guy's a fucking gun, dude." And he's like, "Oh my God." And he runs into Sandler's room and he goes, "There's a gun. There's a man with a gun." And I was like, No, there's not. I was, no, I'm joking. There's not. And he goes, No, next to there's a guy with a gun. And Sandler goes, "What the fuck? There's a guy with a fucking gun?" And Spade's like, "Oh no, what the fuck? What's going?" And I'm like, "No, there's no gun. There's no gun. I was making like a joke just for Norm." And Norm's like, "What? How's that a joke?" And I'm like, I don't know." And Sandler was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man." Spade's like, "Yeah, real cool, man." And I'm like, "I'm just gonna go to my room." And Norm's like, "Yeah, I thought there was a gun. I'm sorry, Nick said it." And I'm like, "Good Lord."
Real buzzkill.
And the guy walked past, it was a security guard. But yeah.
So he really did have a gun.
He didn't have a gun, but he just looked like somebody that would have a gun.
Yeah, well, people use guns for security, man.
It was just not a good joke on my part, especially poor Norm.
First of all, Amy Schumer came from last time. Amy Schumer, I consider Amy Schumer the funniest person on the planet. If you take me out of the equation.
No, I meant me.
Oh, that's why you were coughing?
That's why I was clearing my throat, yeah. Not you.
I thought you were clearing your throat for me.
No.
No, taking you out of the equation.
Yeah.
But you're funny in a different way.
Yeah,
you know?
thank you, buddy.
Acerbic wit back on display as a judge on NBC's Last Comic Standing, reality show that aims to find the best stand-up talent in the country. One of their winners, Amy Schumer, of course.
Amy Schumer, I think, right now, is the funniest person in the entire world.
Do you really?
Really?
Yeah. Not woman.
Person. I don't disagree with that. I'd put you up there, but she's close.
I wasn't counting me. Counting me, she's the second funniest person in the world.
Our viewers comment as they watch this online, and someone's just commented. Natalie says, on the Today Show, you said that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. How does she compare to Letterman?
Oh, Letterman's funnier. But I was talking about the new generation of people that are out.
Yeah.
I consider, personally, and I take myself out of the equation, that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. Now, if I were to put myself in the equation, I would say Amy Schumer is the second most funniest person in the world.
Well, you already said Dave's funnier, so she's third now.
Well, but Dave's retired.
But he's still a person.
I know, but it's hard to know if he's funny or not because he's living in Wyoming with a buffalo going, ah!
I don't believe he is. I think he's just back in Connecticut, where he always lived.
That's what, what's his name used to say, Rickles.
Rickles used to say that.
Well, he used
lived
to
in
say,
Wyoming?
he used to say, there's one guy in a shed with a rake going, ah! Like, he just say stuff that made no sense. That's what I loved about Rickles.
Yeah, right.
He's got a little Andy Kaufman in him, Norm. He likes to frustrate, titillate a little, but then periodically he'll say something like, I feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog, because the dog's thinking, this is the longest walk I've ever been on.
I give a guy some money out there, a homeless guy in the street, and this is a kind of odd thing. He had a dog with him. You ever see this? He's a homeless guy, but he's got a dog. That kind of odd there. Guy got no home, but he's got a dog. And the dog's really thrilled with this idea, Dog's going, hey, pal, I can do this by myself pretty well here, With the longest walk in the world you got me on here. What the hell? What the hell kind of a thing? What the deuce?
One time we were in the office doing update stuff, and there'd been a news item about there was going to be a newspaper for the homeless, and so we were thinking about doing some of that. So we started improvising. It was more of a scene, it's not something we could do on the segment, but it was like a tough kind of Perry White kind of editor going like, "You, Miller, I want 500 words on going to the bathroom in your pants. You, Immel, give me something. Give me a human interest thing on urine stain matter. You, was that kind of thing. Yeah. And like a lot of like photos, maybe some, a little human side, what are, pets, that kind of thing. And so nothing came of it, and I sort of forgot we had the conversation. And then the first meeting we have after the summer, Norm comes in and goes, hey, Downey, remember that, that thing we were talking about there with the, remember that thing with the newspaper for the homeless, that thing? The homeless newspaper? And I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, well, I was out in L.A. and I was asked to do this benefit, for the coalition, Feed the Homeless, and and I'm going, no. And he goes, yeah, I did that bit, They hated it. Hated it.
All right, you tell me now. That's the Andy Kaufman part of the joke, or is he actually surprised that they hated it? That's what I can't quite figure with Lord.
I know.
Jimmy calls in here periodically and says that he has bought a puppet and he wants to work material out on the show. And I'll say, well, tell me about the puppet. And it's an old man puppet who's a Holocaust denier. And it's obviously just Norm sitting at home talking as Norm. He makes no pretension to a puppet voice.
I know.
And I think he's Andy. I don't know. I view a lot of Andy Kaufman in there.
I heard a joke.
Yeah, there you go, Norm. You got it.
How would it take by the night monkey?
All right, hold on a second. Go ahead, Norm.
No, I'm terrible at telling jokes, but a guy, he gets a genie or something that gives you wishes in a lamp, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's like, oh, no, that's not it. He goes to his whole head is a giant pumpkin. That's how the joke starts. Mm-hmm. It's like a giant pumpkin, and then his friend goes, what happened? He's like, I found this genie in a lamp, and he gave me 3 wishes. And he's like, what happened? He goes, well, the first wish I wished for like $100 million, and I got it. And then for my second wish, I wished for like a beautiful lady, and I got her. And the guy's like, yeah, but what happened? He's like, the third wish, that's where I really blew it. And the guy goes, what happened? He goes, I wished for a giant pumpkin head.
You guys got it. Really, put a CD out together.
You know what I really hate? You know what I really hate? If you go anywhere with him, like for a couple of days, he does that on purpose. He'll tell jokes with no ending on purpose.
I don't think you need one. Sometimes you can tell a joke
for
like
a while,
that.
And then that happens.
You don't need to have a joke.
But I would like to tell you the story of the 3 people who was carrying the biggest cannon in the world to Spain. It was 2 boys and 1 girl, and they had this big cannon. It was 50 feet long, and they carried it over the mountains and under the valleys. And one day they get to the top of the highest mountain in Spain. So the first boy, he point this cannon to this castle, to shoot, because he was the boss, so he want to point it. And he turned to the second boy and he say, all right, hand me the cannonball. And, but the second boy, he say, I thought you had them. So wait, so listen, wait. So, listen, wait. So they both turn to the girl, and she say, "Don't look at me." Because they forgot to bring the cannonball. They have the cannon, but they have no cannonball. They could not shoot. Do you understand? Thank you very much.
These broken pieces I hold in my hands don't have a chance to mend at all. Before they get thrown into chaos again, I try to pretend I'm whole enough to stand in this world so unsteady.
I'm sorry.
You didn't have to do that.
You know what
okay, honey?
I can't, you know, I
think we're gonna have to order some wine.
Yeah, wine.
Yeah, we have some.
I can't, can I just,
Just say it.
I can't play, I can't play stoned. I feel really stupid.
You feel stupid. That's just great. That's just great. You feel stupid.
I feel very stupid.
You feel stupid.
I feel
Great.
Well, let's have some bread.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? I feel stupid.
You feel stupid.
I feel very stupid. No, because, where are you going?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna.
Come on, nothing. Hey, this is all in fun. It's all in fun. Come on. All right, hold on. It's all in fun. What are you trying to do?
This is all,
It's all in fun. Come on.
where are we now? Cut it out. Cut out.
So you cut it out. Well, why do you have to push this in my face? Well, why do you have to push this in my face? I'll put it all in your face.
Big fan in the show. That's
Come on.
why.
Why? So what do you have to? Come on. Come on. Look, I'm just trying to have fun. Everybody's so uptight around here. Everyone is so uptight around here. I don't understand.
Bobby, call the commercial, man.
What? I don't know. Why do you have to be so uptight? What?
Rod, work up to me. Come on, man. Hold on.
You feel that the new comedy, there's so much atheists. I feel that's kind of like the new hack comedy to me.
It's always been that way. I'm not a proponent. I mean, I've studied religion in college, and I take my kids. That's where I got into physics. See, the chances of this thing happening, like by accident, carbon-based life forms, at heavy stars, deuterium, and you get into the quantum physics of it, it's very peculiar that we're here at all.
Yes.
It's very peculiar that this worked like this. And some of these ancient texts, especially Jewish texts, I give these Jews great credit because there was 300 or 400 years before the Buddhists. They came up with law from Sumerians, Babylonians, blah, blah, blah. But basically, without law, we'd eat each other. You know, that human nature, this is, I think John Wayne said, you can't legislate it. He said, he turned from a very good progressive from Democrat to a Republican because he got pushed by we think. And he said, listen, you can't legislate human behavior. You put 30 people in a room, give them all $1. In a week, 2 guys are going to have all the money. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
People do this evolution of mankind. And I said, I've never been, like, I got kicked out of more churches because of stupid crap I'd say. Like even the bishop said, we just don't want you around here anymore. I mean, literally.
Well, don't you find sometimes the problems with atheism is that really their problems are with churches, not with God?
Well, listen.
They go, there's no God because a priest fucked a kid. It doesn't make any sense.
No, and I said, my older daughter's atheist, and I said, well, philosophically, it's an irony there too, because atheists don't believe in God. Well, there has to be a God for you not to believe in. And my daughter goes, she's still in therapy over that.
No, I always wonder about that because, and also, the atheists are usually choosing a God not to believe in.
You have to have a God not to, otherwise.
Like Dawkins doesn't believe in a Christian God specifically.
Yeah, exactly, and I said, there's a Mark Kornhauser, used to be a magician, that I work with all the time, and this is one of my analogies for the spiritual life. He goes, he did that trick where you rip a newspaper. Remember, well, magicians always worked with us with prop acts, and comics probably are going prop act. You know, a lot of prop acts I like. The Amazing Jonathan is hysterical, and I like magicians.
You rip the
newspaper, and then you unfold it. And I'm on stage going, it's magic. I watched both hands. There's no, he didn't. You know, I couldn't get it. So I backstage said, show me that. He goes, no, I'm not showing you that. If I show it to you, 3 things will happen. You'll go, oh shit, that's stupid. Then you'll try it. And magic will no longer mean anything to you.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. One day I was saying, I wonder what like prophets saw. And then God, imagine that if God said, listen, if I show you what's really going on here, you're going to go, oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And then you're going to try to tell people. And the third thing is you just won't want to be here anymore. This won't mean anything. So you got to, I heard some guy
The
say,
only guy he ever showed was Job.
And then I think the prophet Islam.
Ezekiel?
No, Muhammad. They showed him, and then he wrote it because his miracle, he said to his staff, was.
We're not going to get too deep into that.
No, but you don't want to get into that. He couldn't read or write, so he said his miracle was he wrote their holy book.
But he was a nice guy, from all accounts.
Really, he was a good guy.
I actually got into an argument on the subway, and the guy quoted the Bible at me. That is not fair. Like, if you get to quote from your favorite book, I should be able to quote from my favorite book, right? He was like, men do not live on bread alone, Matthew 4:4. And it's like, everybody's a little bit magic, Harry Potter, chapter 7. It's not a fair fight, right? One of those books is a classic about a man who has sacrificed himself for the good of the world, and the other is the Bible. Do you know what I'm saying, people?
I disagree. I don't think the Bible joke is brave at all. I think if you're going to take on an entire religion, you should maybe know what you're talking about. J.K. Rowling is a Christian, and J.K. Rowling famously said that if you're familiar with the scriptures, you could easily guess the ending of her book.
Huh? Okay.
I don't like it.
I watched because I went down that rabbit hole after I watched the clip, and I watched him tell the moth joke.
Right.
And, you know, it's interesting. It reminded me, my dad told jokes that way. He was just so inherently funny
Yeah.
that a 2-minute joke takes 10 minutes. The punchline is the least of
Right.
it. You're going on the journey. And that's the same
Right.
thing with Norm. It's like, I don't care how long this takes.
No.
Because it's just fun watching him tell a story.
But I hadn't seen the moth joke since it aired, and I had no memory of it. And he's so delightful doing it. You just
Yeah. And you
totally
almost forget
go for
that
the
it
ride.
was a joke even to begin with. It's like, oh, I don't even
Yeah.
remember what the premise was anymore.
Yeah.
He's such like a disruptor. Like the night of the moth joke show, I remember I was walking off, like act one, we do all the comedy stuff, and then I have to go off stage and we go edit, you know, pull it up or tighten it or whatever. I go back to the edit room, and I left the studio, and I'm walking in a hallway, and Norm's being brought the other direction to be the guest. And I know him only to say hello, like in a very superficial showbiz way, not at all. And I had my arm in a sling because I broke my arm, and he's like, hey, it was like an excuse for him to just stop and start talking to me. And he just started going, yeah, you know, my uncle broke his arm, and oh boy, and he started going into this long story, and I'm like, why is he doing this? And then I realized, like, the stage manager and the segment producer, all these people were around him, and they were trying to hustle him out to, you know, the commercial break was ending, and I swear I was thinking, like, he's just doing this to bust their balls, because he just went on a monologue for like 2 minutes. And they're kind of like looking at their watches and freaking out. And I was like, I think he just loves always disrupting.
Pushing people's
things.
buttons. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do tell the moth joke in the book. You told it on the Tonight Show with Conan back when he was doing the Tonight Show. It was it's a long kind of joke, and just a few months ago, maybe about a year ago, it kind of got revived online, and people were putting it up online, calling it the best telling of a joke ever on television. But Norm, that seemed to me like you were experimenting there. You were trying to experiment with. You knew the punchline and you knew the beginning of it, and you knew it was a pretty straightforward street joke, but you wanted to experiment with how to get from one point to another.
Yeah, it was both an experiment and it was an experiment born of necessity, because Conan told me I had to do a second spot, which you'll sometimes do. But I said, I don't have anything else to say. I have nothing left to tell you. And so then I thought of this joke that Colin Quinn had told me, this street joke. A moth goes into a podiatrist's office, and the podiatrist's office says, what's the problem? And the moth says, what's the problem? Where do I begin, man? He goes, I go to work for... That was just a two-line joke. It was just a, one-liner times two. So then I thought, well, how can I do I started thinking during the commercial, is it possible to do a one-liner for an entire 6-minute segment? So I thought if I can put in between this very a little boy's joke, just a set of horrifying facts laid end to end, then it could make the sweetness way funnier at the end, because they'll have completely forgotten where I was. And so it ended up working by fluke, like often things will when you're experimenting.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
It's Doc. Sometimes I feel like a spider, even though I'm a moth, just barely hanging on to my web with an everlasting fire underneath me. I'm not feeling good. And so the doctor says, Moth, man, you're troubled. But you should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here? And then the moth said, because the light was on. And then what happens with the computer is that people put things on the computer and they live forever.
Does President Clinton have a bent penis? Well, according to a doctor who examined him last week, the president's genitals are, quote, completely 100% normal. It should be noted, however, that the doctor who examined him also has a bent penis. I may color his findings a little. As his last stop on the trip, the president met in Buenos Aires Thursday with Argentinian President Carlos Menem. During the meeting, Clinton asked Menem to continue with economic reform and protect democratic freedoms. Menem, in turn, asked Clinton to show him his bent penis.
Tomorrow, Chinese President Jiang Zemin begins a week-long visit that could define U.S. relations with China for years to come. President Clinton plans to ask Jiang for several things, including human rights reform, trade expansion, and a Chinese herb said to have the power to straighten a bent penis. This week, an angry President Clinton demanded that Congress stop dragging its feet on something he has long championed, a medical Bill of Rights for U.S. citizens. In all, there are 10 items in the President's Bill of Rights, running from number 1, a rich, satisfying sex life is the foundation of good health, to number 10, a straight penis is not a privilege, it is a right.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like
To know one thing before you go today. I know there are other questions, but you say that there were distinguishing characteristics on the president's private parts. For America, please tell us what that is. Well, we've got to know.
Well, it was like that.
Oh, God.
It was.
It turned. Okay, that was it. Thank you. Well.
There you go. That's 11:50.
No, perhaps you misunderstood me. I wish to cancel my original order of the martini and 2 olives and go for just the plain cranberry juice by itself for the $3. And I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you.
Perhaps you don't understand. If you don't pay me now, I'm going to take this swizzle stick and I'll be shoving that right up your pee hole.
Annual Blockbuster Entertainment Awards. Now, We're here tonight to honor your favorite stars in movies and music, because these awards are voted on by you, the people who don't see the movie in the movie theater. That's right, you the people who wait until it comes out on video.
You cheap bastard. This year you cast more than 25 million votes in over 50 categories on the internet and in more than 4,000 Blockbuster stores worldwide. The only people not allowed to vote were those who actually went inside a movie theater. Joke's getting a little old at this point.
We did all right. We're doing okay, though. After following Ricky Martin, that's tough, you know. Okay. Okay. Let's get to the first award. Now, teen movies are huge these days, Norm. Teens rule.
Oh, my God, yes. A lot of work for teens today, which is great for Rob and I, since we're both in our 30s.
Mid-30s. Okay, we're here to present the award for favorite actor in a comedy.
Yes, and just before we begin, let me remind you that there are no losers here tonight, except for the people who were nominated in the category and then don't win.
Other than that, everyone's a winner.
Everyone. So the nominees are.
During the day, I hit the streets with a sandwich board and try to get people out. And I was in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. Denver, sure.
And the guy says, "You're doing a show here." I said, "Yeah, where? The big auditorium." He goes, "How do you get to play the big auditorium?" I said, "I'll tell you, it's not just me. It's David Spade will be there, and Nick Schwartzen too." Well, by God, the fella said, "From the Sandler movies, they're fantastic. I'd pay anything. It's just I don't have much money. I'm down on my luck." I says, "I can get you tickets. I can get you tickets, sir." He goes, "It'd be a dream of a lifetime." I said, "Well, if you think that's a dream, wait till you hear this. Adam Sandler will be there himself." My God, the guy said, "I'll bring me and my wife too. Is that all right?" I said, "Sure. I'll get you 2 tickets." He says, "What time's the show?" I said, "It's at 8 o'clock. I said, "Also, Rob Schneider's there." He said, 8 o'clock's not good. That's when the news is on."
Now, Ben, Howard, you guys have been in a monogamous homosexual relationship for 3 years. You seem to have a lot in common. You have a lot of mutual friends. You seem to have a lot of the same interests. So why don't you tell me what's going on?
Well, Howard's a great guy, and I love him, and I think you're right. We do have a lot of mutual friends, and we have a lot of the same interests.
So what seems to be the problem?
Well, the problem is that every time I go to sleep, he fucks me in the ass.
And how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel bad. Every time I go to sleep, he fucks me in the ass.
Howard, are you hearing what Ben is saying?
Yes, I am.
And how do you feel about what Ben is saying?
I feel bad.
Ben, do you hear what Howard is saying?
Yeah.
How do you feel about what Howard just said?
He said he feels bad, but he's not the one getting fucked in the ass every night.
Okay, we're not here to blame the other person. We're here to talk about our feelings.
Well, my feeling is every night he fucks me in the ass.
And you don't like that?
No.
And how about you, Howard? Would you like it if you were sleeping and Ben fucked you in the ass?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, good. You see, we fall in love with a romanticized version of our partner. And then one day, we wake up with a real person.
I wake up with his dick in my ass.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, too.
Okay, when we have disagreements, we each have to assess how much of it is our own fault.
Okay, well, I guess my fault is that I can't stay awake all night to watch him and make sure he doesn't fuck my ass.
I'm sorry.
You say that now because I'm awake.
That's not true.
Come on, as soon as I fall asleep, you'll be fucking me in the ass again.
That's not fair.
You said it.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you these pads, and I want you to each write down what it is you guys want out of this relationship, individually and as a couple.
I want him not to fuck me in the ass.
Silently. Please write silently.
Today there was a story about, like, you know, Dave Chappelle released a special on Netflix today.
Oh, he did today?
And,
Oh, yeah.
And there's a joke in there where he says that it was okay what Kevin Spacey did to Anthony Rapp because Anthony Rapp grew up to be gay anyway. And he went on to say it's actually not okay, but he's taking some heat for it. Do you think it's right or wrong or for him to say something like that? Do you think it's okay to say? Or what do you think?
I think Chappelle's the greatest comedian.
If women are actually equal to men, then there would be no WNBA, would there? You would just be good enough to play in the NBA with us. Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
After closing out a successful first season, the WNBA is considering several changes to improve the level of play in the league next year. Among the proposals, extending the playoffs, increasing salaries, bringing back the three-point line, and replacing all the female players with guys. The WNBA officials expanded to 10 teams this week, adding franchises in Detroit and Washington, D.C. But before you get too excited about the new additions to the league, remember, all of the players are still women. They stink at basketball, that's the problem. Other than that, it'd be a good, good game, but they're all horrible, so it makes for a kind of a boring game. The next time I watch a WNBA game will be the first time I watch a WNBA game.
I know more than half the people in this room have been molested in their lives. But it wasn't no goddamn Michael Jackson, was it? This kid got his dick sucked by the king of pop.
Yeah. I mean, even like you say, your unwanted WNT allegations against Michael Jackson. There had to be kids that were like, well, "This is pretty cool." Yeah. This is not some old pre.
I know it's time to close my eyes to old ends, open up to new friends, leave my heart in Berlin, where the tables turning, seeking.
No, just thinking, because they had that Viagra thing out. Yeah. And the other day, Bob Dole came right out and said
he was one of the first.
Yeah. And you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock, what the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that in some corners is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This Viagra.
It's insane. And you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right, it's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is, you know.
Refer to Spade.
Oh, man. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I
yet.
know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rib kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute till it goes back the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awful.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes, he goes, no, he's a good guy.
If you're gay, he's a completely straight guy. He gets a lot of ladies. You know that about him with the ladies.
Don't say ladies.
Women, girls.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, what are we, fucking on an FM station here?
He's Don Cornelius.
But these gay guys, man, I was reading, you know about
these gay guys.
I haven't even said hi yet. All right. Tell me what it is with these gay guys.
I know, I'm already.
I just read this thing about the George
You're reading
Michael.
a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a little time off. Now I read the newspaper. And this really strikes me about the gay community. I don't know if they're a community, but
It's called West Hollywood.
Yeah, they're gay, and it's, you know, George Michaels. He hangs around the bathroom. He has sex with multiple guys. This is
no way. You got to get it right. Hangs around the bathroom, and it was described as a lewd behavior, but I don't remember sex with numerous guys.
Well,
is that what you took away from it?
What does he do?
What were you, in the next stall?
I could have been just having a nice bathroom regular thing.
I don't know what lewd behavior is, but I don't know that he was in there with numerous guys. But anyway, go ahead. We get the gist of it.
This is definitely a gay thing, because this is a pop superstar. You know what I mean? You're not going to walk into a bathroom and all of a sudden Farrah Fawcett's like, ah, you know? You're not going to...
What? I love it.
What I'm saying is, why would a famous
what was she doing? Some sort of cervical belt sander thing, or what was that? Oh, Christ, what are you, Linda Blair?
They do. That's what they do, right?
That's what ladies that I know do. But
good to know that primetime exposure's paying dividends there.
But I think that's what it is. It's that the gay, that's why they have separate bathrooms. Let's face it. If they had women and, women, as you call them, I call them ladies. If you had them in the same bathroom, like you go in the bathroom to do your business, see a man about a dog there, you know, and you're in the bathroom. You're in the bathroom. All of a sudden, a beautiful lady comes out. Oh, here's my vagina and breasts. You're going to be hanging out at that bathroom a lot. So I don't blame anybody for anything.
Can you believe Olmeyer didn't get him?
We're all the same, man.
Have you ever met Olmeyer since then?
Don Olmeyer I met once, after he fired me.
Yeah.
Then I went and visited him in his office, which it wasn't an office I've never seen. It was like a wet bar and a bunch of weird sports trophies. He's a big sports guy, you know.
Yeah.
So he explained it to me what happened, but he did it all with sports stuff, you know. Like he said, man, you see, you're the number 3 hitter, but now you're going to be number 8. And then later on, Ken Griffey will show up. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And then I said, well, Christ, man, what the hell am I supposed to do? And he goes, I don't know, just walk it off, you know. And
I'll put it in sports terms why you got fired. You were fucking with OJ too much. That's exactly why you were fired, man.
Well, I don't know.
That's his buddy.
Yeah, it's his buddy.
Yeah, well, that's why you got canned.
OJ's a good guy. I mean, he's not...
Well, we got to end on that, Normie, but there's what they'll remember you by. OJ's a
congratulations,
good guy.
man.
Thanks for
You're
coming
100.
on. Norm Macdonald and David Spade, stick around, guys. He anchors the Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live, and he has recently quit the nasty habit of smoking. Norm Macdonald. Norm! Now, you're a young iconoclast, Norm. You know, the kids, they get you.
What? I was going to wear a suit, and
I don't need to. I like this whole D.B. Cooper look for you, man. This is... Now,
is he the guy that jumped out of the plane?
No, no. He's married to Alice Cooper. Now, the thing you remember you wrote for my first talk show?
Yeah, you gave me my
and
first
I used
job.
to come in the room, and you and Drake Sather had no lights on. It was like some fucking Anton LaVey Satan cult in there, and you guys used to turn out the sickest jokes ever, and everybody was always smoking. Then I see you on Saturday Night Live during the opening credits, and one of the things I like about you is you're completely unfiltered on that show. You'll say anything, and I saw in the picture you had a cigarette in your mouth. I thought, this guy just doesn't give a shit. So I asked you to come on. I find out you pussed out on me and quit smoking. What is that all about?
No, because it's bad for you. They have these fucking things on the side. You have to read the fine print where it says, it's bad.
Now, when did you first start smoking?
I started smoking as a kid, like when I was, I think I was like 14, and I thought, I'll look really cool like if I start smoking, because I didn't get along with anybody. So I started smoking. Wouldn't you know it, I did look cool. All of a sudden, all these broads like me and everything. Not broads, but ladies, girls, women. And it was hard though, man, because I was guilty about it all the time I smoked, because I always thought, you know, I always knew it was bad for me, you know? Like, even though some guys will say that it's good because their uncle lived long or something, he smoked, you know, and they'll go, hey, what about, you know, that old guy, you know, Bert Mustin, what about that guy, you know? And then he just because he lived long, that doesn't mean anything, right? That's just one guy. You can't, just because Bert Mustin lived long, you're all of a sudden...
You did your master's thesis on this, didn't you? Now, did people bother you a lot when you're smoking? Were people pissed off when...
Yeah, people don't like when you smoke, you know, they're bothered. Like, I gotta admit though, secondhand smoke is bad. Like, I don't like, when I smoked, I didn't like secondhand smoke. Yeah. You know? I like that firsthand smoke because you get to suck it right out of the cigarette, you know? And the secondhand, any fucking thing that's already been ingested by someone is not as good, you know? You know what I mean? Like a pork sandwich is delicious, but after a digested pork sandwich, that's fucking shit. You know?
You can't fight that logic, Norman. You cannot? Do you think advertising brings kids to smoking? You know, there's a lot of fight with the Joe Camel thing. Do you think they really?
Yeah, definitely they got it. Because the thing is this. The advertisers, they got to go after kids because they're not going to get adults. Like, there's not going to be a 50-year-old guy going, hey, I should start smoking. That goddamn Camel. Look at him. They got to get little children.
Joe Camel.
Yeah.
That's a frightening-looking beast.
He looks like a cock. I read that. No. I didn't make this up.
And I know you don't mind first-hand cock, but...
You don't know that. Don't say that. I know how this stuff happens.
happens, man, because a buddy of mine worked on Saturday Night Live, and he said he was a fag once as a joke. And then he said everybody comes up to him and saying, "Are you a fag?" Gay man, I mean.
Show about smoking. They thought you meant the British word for cigarette. All right.
Exactly. Can I bum a fag? That's what they say in England.
Where else? All right.
The thing about Joe Camel looking like a cock, Dennis.
Oh, yeah. I lost my train of thought. Thanks for bringing me back.
Is this. This is what I've noticed. He doesn't even look like a fucking camel. He looks so much like a cock. Because you know how it's usually subliminal?
Yeah.
Where you have to find the cock, right? This character, you have to find the goddamn camel.
Yeah, believe me, when you only get 2 humps out of a cock, it's not worth smoking. All right, now, line 2, we got a phone call for you. Although I can't believe they'd still be on the line after this departure. Line 2, we've got Beverly from Middletown, Ohio. Beverly?
Yeah, hi, Dennis. Hi, Norm.
Hi, you didn't know my name, I don't think.
Yes, I did. I watched Saturday Night.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I liked it when Dennis was on it.
I watch Dennis every Friday.
Get out of here. You're great at that, man. You're great at this. You know why? Because you don't give a shit about Dennis. You know what I mean? It's like the best thing you can do. Whenever I'd go on, they'd go, "What's it like following Chevy?" And I like Chevy. He makes me laugh. I mean, what the fuck do I think about Chevy? I'm trying to make a living here.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I see you, I know you're thinking the same thing. Like, screw Dennis. I'm killing. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, since nicotine is such an addictive drug, do you think someday you'll have to have a prescription to buy a pack of cigarettes?
Well, you know, they always bring up the Constitution and talk about how we should still have the right to a militia and all that. But let's face facts, this country was built on tobacco growers. So, you know, if you're going to start changing, if you're not going to change one thing because it comes from way back then, you can't change this either. There are farmers out there who make a living. Tobacco is one of the crops that got this country going. So, no, I don't think they'll ever make it illegal.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't make it illegal. I know.
I think Norm's backing me up on that. What motivated you to quit?
Well, I guess I read this thing about how it was like a phallic symbol, and that my doctor went in. He said, "You probably have an oral fixation," which you know what that means. Let's not kid ourselves, right? So that's why I always smoke like cigarettes instead of cigars, because if I'm gonna have I like a little white thin cock, you know.
Are we back to cocks again, huh? I go away to Ohio, Middletown, the center of the universe, to take a nice clean call, and then I space out. I'm thinking, I can't listen to Norm for a second. I gotta get a time cue here. I come back and you're talking about having a thin white cock in your...
I don't have a thin white cock in my cock, you mean?
No.
In my mouth. No, you misunderstand. What I'm saying is this. I'm just saying
don't make the mistake of thinking I fucking listen to you.
I just want to make it clear about that cock thing. I was just saying, if I ever was gay, if they suddenly made it mandatory or something, then I would choose the smallest cock, and I would like a guy that came fast. I don't know. I thought the subject was cock.
No, cocks is next week.
I'm sorry. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you?
No, I was just thinking, because they have that Viagra thing out.
Yeah.
And the other day, Bob Dole came right out and said
he was one of the first.
Yeah. And, you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, you know? I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock, what the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be, got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that, in some corners, is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This is Viagra. It's insane. And you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right, yeah. It's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is, you know.
Refer to Spade.
Oh, man. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rib kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute till it goes back the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes. No, he's a good guy.
If you're gay, he's a completely straight guy. He gets a lot of ladies. You know that about him with the ladies.
Don't say ladies.
Women, girls.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, what are we, fucking on an FM station here?
He's Don Cornelius.
But these gay guys, man, I was reading, you know about
these gay guys.
I haven't even said hi yet. All right. Tell me what it is with these gay guys.
I know, I'm already.
I just read this thing about the George
You're reading
Michael.
a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a little time off. Now I read the newspaper. And this really strikes me about the gay community. I don't know if they're a community, but
it's called West Hollywood.
Yeah, they're gay, and it's, you know, George Michaels. He hangs around the bathroom. He has sex with multiple guys. This is
no way. You got to get it right. Hangs around the bathroom, and it was described as a lewd behavior, but I don't remember sex with numerous guys.
Well, what is
that what you took away from it?
What does he do?
What were you, in the next stall?
I could have been just having a nice bathroom regular thing.
I don't know what lewd behavior is, but I don't know that he was in there with numerous guys. But anyway, go ahead. We get the gist of it.
This is definitely a gay thing, like, because this is a pop superstar. You know what I mean? You're not going to walk into a bathroom and all of a sudden Farrah Fawcett's like, ah, you know? You're not going to...
What? I love it.
What I'm saying is, why would a famous
what was she doing? Some sort of cervical belt sander thing, or what was that? Oh, Christ, what are you, Linda Blair?
They do. That's what they do. Right?
That's what ladies that I know do.
Good to know that primetime exposure is paying dividends there.
But I think that's what it is. It's that the gay, that's why they have separate bathrooms. Let's face it. If they had women and, you know, women, as you call them, I call them ladies. If you had them in the same bathroom, like you go in the bathroom to do your business, see a man about a dog there, you know, and you're in the bathroom. You're in the bathroom. All of a sudden, a beautiful lady comes out. Oh, here's my vagina and breasts. You're going to be hanging out at that bathroom a lot. So I don't blame anybody for anything.
Can you believe Olmeyer didn't get him?
I know.
We're all the same, man.
Have you ever met Olmeyer since then?
Don Olmeyer I met once, yeah, after he fired me.
Yeah.
Then I went and visited him in his office, which it wasn't an office I've never seen. It was like a wet bar and a bunch of weird sports trophies. He's a big sports guy, you know.
Yeah.
So he explained it to me what happened, but he did it all with sports stuff, you know. Like he said, man, you see, you're the number 3 hitter, but now you're going to be number 8. And then later on, Ken Griffey will show up. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And then I said, well, Christ, man, what the hell am I supposed to do? And he goes, I don't know, just walk it off, you know? And
I'll put it in sports terms why you got fired. You were fucking with OJ too much. That's exactly why you were fired, man.
Well, I don't know.
That's his buddy.
Yeah, it's his buddy.
Yeah, well, that's why you got canned.
OJ's a good guy. I mean, he's not...
Well, we got to end on that, Normie, but there's what they'll remember you by. OJ's a good guy.
Man,
Thanks for coming on. Norm Macdonald and David Spade, stick around, guys. Luckily, we have the good taste to bring tonight's guest back. Every season, he is as uncensored a wit as they come. His new sitcom, The Norm Show, is on ABC Wednesdays at 9:30. Please welcome George Wendt, ladies and gentlemen. They thought they were getting... Georgie Wendt! Norby!
How you doing, man?
How are you?
I'm all right. How's it going?
Year in, year out, my favorite guest.
All right, you're a good man.
Because you have no inner barometer of how far to go.
Well, no, because it's HBO. I like to be dirty, you know, and it's fun.
You know what you are? You're like a profane child. That's how I think of you, because you always say, I like to be dirty. Then you go up on this Pynchon-esque cock rant for like 3 minutes. Yeah, cocks are ugly, and Joe Campbell's a cock, and you're always shuffling your feet. What are you nervous about? You're a star, for Christ's sake. How's that sitcom world? Is that hell, or do you like that over there?
It's not a lot of fun, but, you know, it's good to do.
No, it's not on Ohlmeyer's. Has Ohlmeyer sent you a congratulatory telegram, or what word am I looking for there?
Ohlmeyer, I haven't heard any missive, I think.
Who's the Ohlmeyer at your network?
This lady, Jamie Tarsis.
She think you're funny?
Yeah.
Ohlmeyer's not even there anymore, isn't it? Isn't the one of his last official duties to whack you?
Yeah. He took off, and they got this other guy, I think it's maybe Sammy Sosa. I don't know.
Scott Sassa.
Scott Sassa.
All right, now I'm going to do a Rorschach thing. What flashes into your mind when I say bad taste? What do you find bad taste?
Well, there was this performance art guy I remember in New York that his whole big thing was he'd take a picture of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and then...
Oh, that's Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then his whole act is he'd piss on it with his cock.
Wow, you know, at least he showed respect. He could have pissed with his, what, arm?
Oh, you're right. So I thought that was really and horribly bad
That's over
taste.
the line, as far as...
Yeah, because Jesus Christ, you know, he died for the guy's sin, and then the guy pisses on his picture. And it was a picture of Jesus dying for his sins. Like he was on the cross going, oh, I'm dying for the guy's sins. And then this guy's like pissing all over it. But, you know, when Judgment Day comes, he's going to have to face Jesus Christ of Almighty of Nazareth, you know.
And Jesus is going to say, hey, asshole, what's with the peeing on my picture?
Yeah. That negates every other good thing he ever did, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't piss on my picture.
Yeah. You don't want to come up to the gates of heaven, God's leaning there with a nunchuck strapped around his neck, you know. How do you
go, I'll have some performance art for you while the fucking devil shoves some coal up your ass.
As I said before, the childlike outro, but effective. How do you define bad taste? Is it like beauty? Is it in the eye of the beholder, or what?
Yeah, it kind of is. You know, it depends on what people... Some people, like, get all upset over certain words, like... They think that, like, girls all the time, man, when I'm talking to them, like, if I go, hey, how about you and I, like, fuck, you know? and then the girl always goes, like, I don't fuck, I make love. I make love. And I go, I don't care, whatever you want to call it, as long as As long as my dirty cock's involved, you know, I don't care. I'm not gonna get in a semantic argument. Or, you know, you can call it making a grilled cheese sandwich as long as there's a lot of me doing that kind of thing.
Now, what's the earliest into a hitting on a woman that you've ever said, I want to fuck you? Like you give it a couple minutes, right?
I try to get into it pretty quick. You know?
Throw that trump card down. No, because you're in the game.
Because I don't ever ask them would you like to have dinner? I don't really like having dinner with them. Or having a drink with them or anything like that.
No.
You know,
so that's your sort of exchange with women is...
Yeah, I say, hey, how about you and me fuck? And then they go, no. And then they go, how about we have dinner? And I go, I don't like dinner, you don't like fucking.
So it's a pretty basic thing you have with women. Kind of a basic exchange.
I'm not good with girls.
When do you remember first being cognizant of bad taste? You know, because when you're a little kid, everything's kind of funny. You know, like farting is explosively funny.
Right.
When do you remember first being able to differentiate between bad taste and good taste?
I know when you're a kid, you'll say anything. Like, I don't remember much, but I have a little boy, you know, a sweet little boy.
You have a son?
Yeah, he's a
Norm,
good boy.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
Ah, you want to say hey to him?
Yeah, hey, well, you
he can't watch this show. That's what I always say. You can't watch Daddy.
Right. So little Dylan and I went to El Pollo Loco. Yeah.
His original name was Zimmerman, though, right?
No. I thought that would be the coolest name as I was a kid. I never heard anybody named Dylan. I said this will be because I love Dylan Thomas.
Right.
So I said this would be a cool name for a kid, and I thought it'd be unique. And now every fucking kid is Dylan. And they named him after that 90210 guy. Can you imagine? That's what I read in not a book, but a periodical. So anyway, little Dylan and I were getting some chicken at the Pollo Loco.
Right.
And kids are so wonderful, you know that.
Unfiltered.
They're unfiltered, exactly. Yes. So we're standing beside this huge fat broad, you know. And so
not as unfiltered as Daddy, but unfiltered.
So me and little Dylan are behind her, and he goes, Daddy, look how fat she is. And then so I had not said you're not supposed to call fat people fat to him, so it wasn't his fault. So I said, no, Dylan, shit, enough with that. And he goes, I bet she's going to eat a lot of chicken. I bet. It was really funny because everybody's looking at her. And then right at that moment, the guy goes, yes, ma'am, what would you like? And she was like, I'll have 2 pieces of chicken. You know, she was going to order like 8 full whole chickens, you know.
Well, how do you know that?
Yeah. How do I know that?
Yeah, maybe she wasn't going to order 8 full chickens.
No,
maybe she was...
because right when she ordered the 2 chickens, she did like the shifty eye, you know? I don't do a good shifty eye.
So you're behind her in line and yet able to discern the subtle REM-like movements of her eyeballs.
You got me on that one, man. I made that part up.
You don't even have a son!
For the purposes of that anecdote, I am not Darren.
I thought you were going to be quick and say, it was Linda Blair! We got a phone call for you, believe it or not. Fat woman from El Pollo Loco. No. It's Murtaugh from Miami, Florida. Murtaugh!
Hey, Dennis. Hey, Norm.
How are you, Mert?
I'm good. You know, I can't wait to see your new show. It really looks good.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, when's it on again, Normie? Remind them. You're one of my friends. I'll let you plug capriciously.
Okay, it's on
oh, come on, you gotta get this. Huh?
When is it on?
Are you in it?
Yes. It's on Wednesday at 9:30 on the American Broadcasting Corporation.
All right. So, what's your question there, Mert?
Okay, why is the people like this annoying Joan Rivers, you know, always criticize people's bad taste at the Academy Awards, you know, like Gwyneth Paltrow, who's like the hottest chick on earth. And well, she has no taste in fashion whatsoever, you know, man? I mean, God.
Well, I don't. You know what? I feel awkward here because I met Joan Rivers once and she was so nice to me and so funny. But I agree with him to some extent when she gets like lays into Kathy Bates or say, Kathy Bates never did anything wrong by her. And I just think there's that slight tinge of desperation in Joan sometimes nowadays, you know, that she'll say anything, and that kind of, I don't know, sometimes that makes me uncomfortable. But, you know, she's a good dame. She does a great show there.
I hate slamming other celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember when Spade did that, how he lived his life in fear?
To Eddie?
Well, to Eddie, you know, to Eddie specifically,
people, right,
but Spade used to do that Hollywood moment. Spade, he's a great guy, one of our best friends, but he was always scared shitless because he made his whole thing out there just trashing people, and they would get pissed and call him, and he was always like living in fear. He never goes to Hollywood parties because he's afraid somebody's going to kick his little Sputnik ass.
Right, because everybody he insults is like 2.5 feet taller than him.
Now, Norm, have you ever done anything in your long and storied career that you consider specifically to be in bad taste, as you look back on it? Maybe at the time you thought it was a good play, but you look back on it and you think that was in bad taste.
Well, sometimes, like in stand-up, I'll do jokes that are, like one time I was doing this thing in San Francisco, and they were all gay people in the audience, they told me. So I figured I'd do
in San Francisco?
Yeah.
No.
So I figured I'd do stuff about gay people so that they could relate to it.
Yeah, it's warm up. They love that.
And so I was talking about, because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know? And so I was saying, that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know? It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered, I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, "Hey, Bill, you know, my kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and, oh yeah, he loves cock." You know? This kid, he can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass, this kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to you.
To watch the maturation of you as an artist, to realize it took you 9.5 minutes to get around to the sucking cock stuff. It's beautiful to see you comfortable in your own skin, Normie. All right. The Norm Show, 9:30. What night? Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
ABC. Good luck with it. Norm Macdonald. Stick around, Norm, to do the news. Norm Macdonald, ladies. Now, Norman, you're an inventive guy. Which of the current batch of inventions has tickled your fancy? What do you like?
Well, Henry Ford just invented the assembly line there, you know?
Yeah,
and that was good because he wanted, you know, not just rich people, but anyone to drive over and see his cock.
Is there any other one that's caught your fancy?
There was Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
You know, he invented the telephone.
Right.
So he could call people up, tell them to come on over and see his cock, you know, because he was tired of yelling it out the window. So, hey,
theme development.
check out my cock.
So, Norm, I hear you just got back from New York City. What's happening in Gotham?
Oh, my God. Well, the big thing is the new Empire State Building. Have you seen this?
I've heard. I have not seen yet.
Oh, it's crazy. What I'm interested in is the original architect's blueprint, you know?
Yes.
It called for the building to be painted flesh tone, Dennis, with a large rounded head so the architect could lie on the street and pretend he had a 1,000-foot cock. Frank Lloyd Wright, more like Frank Lloyd Cock.
So, Norm, tell me, what's your take on this whole Cold War thing?
Well, my brother works down at the UN, right? And you remember last week when Khrushchev was banging his shoe on the table?
Crazy bastard.
Yeah. So my brother was sitting beside him, and Khrushchev, like, he accidentally slips, and my brother gets hit right in the cock.
With the shoe?
Yeah, by Khrushchev's shoe. So my brother turns to him, he says, "Hey, you hit me in the cock again, you dirty commie, I'll bury you."
So what's been happening, man?
Oh, man, I dropped acid the other week. That is bizarre stuff.
Really?
Yeah, my cock started singing to me. I like Joe Cocker.
Stood for something other than just being Mexico's bitch. I say if President Clinton 296 doesn't snap us out of this downward spiral we're in, we dump his gay ass. Next election process, we clone Jesse Ventura again, bring him back. Hey, Norm.
Hey, you know what I think they should put on the dark side of the moon?
What?
Vast fields of bioengineered hydroponically grown cock. Yeah, you know, like a backup supply just in case our earthbound supply of cock might run out one day.
No cock tucked away for a cocky day.
Exactly. Look at my head, man. It looks like a cock.
It does.
Cock. 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 That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
The smartest cat I ever knew at SNL, and a much revered figure there, is joining us for another segment. This is my former producer, longtime writer and contributor, Jim Downey. Jim, I had Norm on the show yesterday. I always thought Norm, from the first second I saw him, was just a flat-out misanthropic genius. I always gave him a wide berth as far as time schedules and that, because I just said, well, I'm going to grab Amadeus and tell him he has to be here to do busy work. You know what I mean? That isn't going to happen. So I think he's a genius. What was it like to work with him on Update?
Well, he is a genius and the most fearless performer. He likes people to laugh at his stuff. He enjoys that, but it's sort of one of like, half a dozen important aspects of what he does. Mm-hmm. So that if he really loves a joke or a bit, he will happily go out there and do it, whatever the response is. And there is if you want to hear a story,
I love me a Norm story.
One time we were in the office doing Update stuff, and there'd been a news item about there was going to be a newspaper for the homeless. And so we were thinking about doing some of that. So we started improvising. It was more of a scene, not something we could do on the segment, but it was like a tough kind of Perry White kind of editor going like, "You, Miller, I want 500 words on going to the bathroom in your pants. You, Immel, give me something. Give me a human interest thing on urine stain matter. You, was that kind of thing. Yeah. And like a lot of like photos, maybe some, a little human side. What are pets, that kind of thing. And so nothing came of it, and I sort of forgot we had the conversation, and then the first meeting we have after the summer, Norm comes in and goes, hey, Downey, remember that, that thing we were talking about there with the, remember that thing with the newspaper for the homeless, that thing, the homeless newspaper? And I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, well, I was out in L.A. and I was asked to do this benefit, for the coalition to feed the homeless or something, And, and I'm going, no. And he goes, yeah, I did that bit, They hated it. Hated it.
All right, you tell me now. That's the Andy Kaufman part of the joke, or is he actually surprised that they hated it? That's what I can't quite figure with Look.
I know.
Jimmy calls in here periodically and says that he has bought a puppet and he wants to work material out on the show. And I'll say, well, tell me about the puppet. And it's an old man puppet who's a Holocaust denier. And it's obviously just Norm sitting at home talking as Norm. He makes no pretension to a puppet voice.
I know.
And I think he's Andy. I don't know. I view a lot of Andy Kaufman in there. It's just
he also would like to, one of the things that he would really enjoy just getting into a character and then you could not get him out of it. Like he liked doing old man stuff.
Yes.
Like being an old geezer and complaining about aches and pains and stuff like that. And then you go, okay, Norm, now seriously, now we actually have to talk about it. He'd start doing stuff about rheumatism and things like that. And you just had to plead with him to just stop. But he was on his own kind of set of rhythms.
The speed with which he would take his sport coat off at the end of his Letterman impression always used to. I would watch the thing just to watch, because Letterman's so ill at ease with show business, always makes this conscious show of getting rid of the sport coat at the end of the show. And when Norm picked up on that and did that as impression, God, I fell out.
You know, I learned a little bit about that was Norm. And of course, Norm's a little crazy, but Norm, you know, a big host would come and we'd all get all hopped up, like, okay, Rose is gonna bring in big ratings. Let's get our AP. Where's my goat? I'm gonna throw out a goat. And Norm would sit there in the pitch meeting. We'd all be dead serious. You know, Will would throw out, I'm going to do a cheerleader.
Right.
This one and that. And Norm would be like, yeah, I got a sketch ready. You know, you're going in your pants, you know? And you're just walking around, and you're like, yeah, I'm the guy with the in my pants, you know? I hate this guy, and you look at him like he was nuts, but he knew what he was doing.
Norm knew exactly. Listen, one of the single funniest things I've ever seen in my life is when he did Letterman, how quickly he would throw the sport coat off at the end of the sketch. Nothing made me laugh harder than Norm doing Letterman. And I said to him, what's with the sport? You know how Letterman, how ill at ease he is with show business. Yeah. Norm said, that's all I had at the beginning. The essence of it was his discomfort. I said, this guy's a freaking genius.
He is a genius. He would warm up the crowd. Now, when I would warm up the crowd, I would warm it up like I was playing the garden, and I wanted to teach everyone a lesson. If I'm cut from tonight, I want you to know I should have been on.
That I was a badass.
Yeah, I'd warm up the crowd, kill. Norm would go up behind me, and he'd go, hey, you know, Jim Brewer and these guys, he's got all these great impressions, you know. So I said, oh, I better learn some impressions. So, are you guys all ready? This is my newest impression. I think you're going to love it. Because here's Ed Sullivan. And I'm like, he's really going to do Ed Sullivan? Like, why would you? He goes, Ed Sullivan introducing the Beatles. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Beatles. Well, I got to work on that one a little bit. I see you during the show.
He's got a little Andy Kaufman in him, Norm. He likes to frustrate, titillate a little, but then periodically he'll say something like, you know, I feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog, because you know the dog's thinking, this is the longest walk I've ever been on. Norm's hosting a sports show now, Jimbo, on Comedy Central.
Oh, that's dangerous. You and I both know that can be very.
Yeah, but that is a panel I volunteer for, because I want to be in the blast site of that when that goes off, because that is going to be a. Hey, now listen, did I hear some rumble that Brother Sandler sent out Maseratis to the cast of Grown Ups? Did you reap the benefit?
First of all, let me just say one thing. Nothing's better than Nancy Pelosi Augustus reference.
Pelosi Augustus.
I'm still swooning over that one. Yeah, Sandler gave Maseratis to Spade, Schneider, Kevin James, Chris Rock, all of whom need one, by the way. Very bad, but
exactly. What'd you get?
No bitterness, but me and Norm Macdonald, yeah, we're splitting a zip car.
And you know, you split a zip car with Norm. It's like having one of those, those Christmas trees the drivers have that smells like North Slope Sensimilla.
Yeah, this car. I don't know. They must have been smoking pot in here or something.
Norm cancels on us once every 2 weeks, and I almost enjoy it more than him showing up at this point, because he always wants me to talk to some ventriloquist puppet that he says is on the phone. A Holocaust tonight. What has happened to Norman?
And then when he sees you, he's going to go, how come you never have me on your show?
Nope.
We tried to get you on. What?
Nobody funnier, though. I mean, you got to give it to him.
Nobody funnier.
That guy, if I'm in a room with him for 10 minutes, they got to put the paddles on me, because I flat.
Oh, do you know, on this Blue Cards, this is where we do our famous quotes.
Because, you know, Janine Ruffalo, she does serious comedy, and then there's that comedian who got shot on stage. He does.
You know what Johnny Carson said that was interesting? He said that comedian's a disease, he called it.
Yeah.
when they become philosophers. he was referring to George Carlin. But we do famous quotes on these shows.
Yes.
On this
Okay.
show. Would you like to read? Huh?
When did this start?
It's a new. There had to be a first time that, you know.
Oh, it's been going on for some.
So
this is like those infomercials where they make it like a talk show.
That looks like it. That looks like an infomercial.
And they'll have the one who's the host going.
Remember,
you know, in the years.
Didn't they have Danny Bonaducci?
Oh
once?
yes.
Yeah.
They make it look like a talk show, and then on the infomercial, I'll say, you know, in the years that this show's been on, and you go, wait a minute, then how come I've never seen it before?
But this is seriously a famous quote.
Okay, all right.
You know our new segment? Famous quotes.
This is going to go over real well.
Spiro Agnew.
Spiro Agnew. I can do one. I remember one card. I goes,
Yes.
You be Ed, okay?
Okay.
Mount Baldy.
Mount Baldy.
That's what I said, Mount Baldy. What did Yul Brenner's wife do on their wedding night? That was a great one. And what about like when you were a kid and you saw The Tonight Show and you go, Burbank, that's funny. Like you go, we're having an affair in Encino, and you'd laugh along, like, you know, even though you didn't know.
And well, on Laughing, they'd always say
beautiful downtown Burbank.
Yes.
And then you go, it must suck, it must be funny.
Oh, yeah.
So are you going to read your famous
No.
quotes? Oh,
No.
you read your...
And then there was a joke that started after Carson was off the air already.
Yeah.
And this was, but it was a popular sick joke. And that was Christopher Walken. And
Christopher Walken.
Yeah. What's something you never see at the Reeve household?
So you'd actually need a partner to do that joke.
Yeah, see.
Are you going to read your quote?
Yes.
Famous quotes.
Famous quotes. While your man is hard, use one hand to push his penis up toward his stomach. Lick the underside of his shaft by keeping your tongue flat and moving your head from side to side to cover more surface area. Barbara Bush.
Oh, that was Barbara Bush.
I remember she said that in the State of the Union address.
I found these in a book, Famous Quotes.
This one I wasn't aware of.
Well, let's give another one to Gilbert.
Yeah. I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Famous quotes.
Oh, Jesus.
Intensify his orgasm by placing two fingers an inch behind his balls and feeling for a dent. It's the perineum, a big pleasure trigger. For the last 30 seconds before he comes, massage the spot in a circular motion. Henry Kissinger.
Oh, that was Kissinger. Some people say he was a war criminal.
Yes.
But I don't know about that.
You see, it makes more sense with a German accent.
No, yeah, Kissinger was he went out famously with Jill St. John.
Oh, yes.
Yes. The show could do well in the 70s.
Yes. See, this is kind of education.
Yeah. Adam Egget, he doesn't know hardly nothing. And yet he's manager of the world famous Comedy Store.
Chris Kattan you didn't like.
Kattan's all right. Just we had, you know, when you're in that, it's like being, I won't say it's like being in war, but when you're in a situation, everyone's fighting for themselves.
There's another great quick Norm story. Great quick Norm story.
Kid, Artie.
Well, Jim will appreciate this. They do a big Rolling Stone article about the Kansas City.
That was a great one, man.
They do a big Rolling Stone article about the cast.
I got
about
a good
the
one.
what? So the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Right, yeah.
And it's everybody kissing each other's ass. So they ask Norm about Chris Kattan, and it's after pages of I've never seen someone do better character work. Norm's quote is, "He seems gay to me." He goes, "I've never met a guy who said he wasn't gay. He seems so gay." But I guess he says he's not gay, so whatever.
Hey.
I love that.
What about Norm Macdonald? You're at war with him as well. You two don't like each other.
Warring with Norm?
Here's what Norm said.
Oh, good.
I got it for you.
Another
All right.
one.
Chris and Norm Macdonald apparently hate each other. This is according to my notes. When Norm hosted Saturday Night Live, Chris did not appear on the show. Wow.
Wait, when was...
In November of 97.
Oh, right.
Norm said of Chris, "I don't know, but to me he seems gay." He claims he's not, but I've never seen like a guy who's not gay seem so gay. I don't find him funny. What can I say? Never made me laugh. What happened between... First of all, I don't believe you're gay, are you? I know someone you dated.
No, I'm not gay.
Yeah, you did.
And he's certainly
But it's
had
kinda-
to have laughed at you once or twice.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
a funny guy.
Right.
Well, that was the
I mean, your
Rolling
characters.
Stone
Some of your
article.
characters are effeminate, so maybe people will think you're
Right,
gay.
like Mango's, like, you know,
He's gay.
Queer as day.
Right. So
And yeah.
So is Norm a homophobe? Is that the problem? He doesn't like gay
definitely
characters?
think he has a problem with
But give me the history of this. I love feuds.
Okay, let's see. What is, I don't know
You
exactly.
didn't appear on the show for a reason. You just
No. I don't. I just think I didn't get my sketches in. It wasn't like I'm not appearing in the show.
And when you're on Saturday Night Live, I've heard this before. When you say you didn't get your sketches in, you have to write your own material. If you don't get it in, if
it doesn't pass muster,
then you're not on the show.
Right.
Wow,
Yeah.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, every week.
So do you have to hire separate guys to help you write material?
No. I mean they're there. There's there's people you write with normally. So
right. Okay. Because I've heard some people don't help other people. You know.
No, some people don't.
Right.
But I'm not. Because I'm not exactly the easiest guy to write for, though. I'm not like. I'm not an everyman. I can't be the boyfriend all the time. I'm more of a freak.
So why Norm Macdonald? I mean, Norm is an easygoing guy. I know Norm. Why the dislike? Something happened.
Well, let's see. When I first got on the show, he was so nice. He and Spade,
right,
were just like so nice. And then I don't know what happened. He just started. Like Garth Brooks was, we did like a pitch meeting, and he started saying things in the pitch meeting like you don't want to do. Like Garth Brooks was a guest.
Yeah.
Was a guest. I was like, I'm sure you don't want to do another fag sketch. Like things like that. People would laugh.
Oh dear.
I was like, why is he saying?
All of this?
And then it got kind of old. Like Jesus, Norm, you're like another.
And it makes you inhibited in a writing meeting if someone's goofing on you every time you open up your mouth, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't care because I'm not gay. If I was like, some gay guy going, I don't want anyone to know that I'm just
right. And so the gay jokes kept going and going and going.
Yeah, the gay jokes kept going and going.
And then you finally said, "Hey, I've had it with you, Norm."
Well,
did you ever confront him?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but it's like a playful thing. He says it's like a Jack Benny, Fred Allen, kind of a feud thing.
But you don't see it that way.
No, I think he's I don't know. But he this is what happened. We were on a flight together. We didn't plan on being together on the same flight. We were flying from LA back to New York to do Saturday Night Live, and it was a red eye, and he's behind me, and we're getting along, whatever. He's talking about crapping on women, or I don't know what he was talking about, something like that.
Yeah, something.
And it was funny because he was so loud,
right?
So everyone else could hear it. I'm like, I just crap on this girl.
Yeah,
and I'm like, laughing,
right?
Because he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And then I wake up. And, because it's a red eye, and one of my shoes is missing. And I was like, where's my shoe? And Norm's like, hey, you lost your shoe, huh? And then he leaves. And I'm like, so disoriented. And I'm the last guy in the flight looking for my shoe. And I just, walk off the plane with one shoe. And all the stewardesses like, you are funny.
Oh, no. So he stole your shoe.
He stole my shoe.
And he's playing goofs on you. He's not respecting you.
Right.
Right.
And then I took his jacket on a really cold night.
Yes.
And his assistant called me at home going, I got to get Norm's jacket. Please get me Norm's jacket. And she was like freaking out.
Right.
I was like, no, this is between Norm and I.
You can't play in this game. Right. Chauncey Hayden, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
All right.
I've interviewed Chris before. He's a good guy. Chris,
Thank you.
is it not true that Jim Brewer, your former cast member, had a problem with you as well?
I think at one point he thought I stole an idea from him.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So, man, there's so much infighting. You got to admit.
But they're really, that's it though.
Really?
That's
But
not much for
you know
like
what
6
happened, I think,
years.
With a lot of the cast members, and I think with Chris, do you remember that Rolling Stone cover came out, and they only put certain members of SNL on the
Yeah,
cover?
that was a big deal.
Didn't that cause a lot of strife inside?
Yeah, well...
Why, they only chose certain amount of people for the cover. It was you.
Right, it was Will, me, Molly Shannon, and Sherry O'Terry.
And you did the cover, and the rest of the cast felt like, hey, what are we, garbage?
What is this?
But why be
But
mad
it was
at you?
because of our characers, too. You know, it was like there was the cheerleaders.
You were the breakout guys.
Roxbury guys.
Right.
And Mary Catherine.
But aren't they mad or jealous because you guys broke out and they didn't? And don't they think that you should stick up for them and insist that they be on the cover as well? But you don't have that kind of juice.
No, what were we gonna?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only makes sense that they would be on the cover, but what are we gonna do? I mean, Norm wanted to be. There's a big stink because he wanted to be on the cover
by himself.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't know if he wanted. No, he wanted to be
in that picture.
I don't know. He showed up later, and then he wanted to be. He wanted to stand in the middle of us.
And you said no.
Well, it was just like weird.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Why are you
Like,
just
who are
standing
you?
right here? It's like my variety show. What?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess he thought he was the guy. All right, Chauncey, thanks. All right. Artie Lang, go ahead.
Hey, Howard,
Artie
what's
Lang.
up, man?
Yeah, hey, Artie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, I like Chris. I think he's funny, but what he said before about that Rolling Stone cover is wrong.
All right, go. Artie's going to defend Norm, I guess.
Norm represents.
You know, you might be wrong.
All right, go ahead.
No, it's just that Chris made it sound like Norm showed up begging to get on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Oh no, he wasn't begging. He was just like assuming he was on the cover with us, and
Well, he was though.
I know he was.
But he wanted to stand in the middle as well.
No. They were begging Norm to do it, and he thought it seemed weird.
He didn't want to do it.
Right, he thought it seemed weird to stand in the middle of all you guys.
Oh, that's true.
They definitely wanted Norm
That
to
is
be on
true.
the cover because at the time, I mean, he was the funniest guy on the show. Howard, you've said that a million times.
I think Norm is hysterical.
He is. I already said that.
Yeah, and so does Chris.
But,
I think Chris.
he made it sound like Norm's begging to get on the cover of Rolling Stone. You guys said no.
Hey, Artie, do you know why Norm has such a problem with Chris?
No. I
what
think,
is his problem?
I don't know. I wasn't there when they met or all that stuff happened.
never
I
really.
think-
Well, you are Mrs. Norm
Wait a
Macdonald.
minute, you weren't there during the shoot either, but you know all about that.
as a matter of fact, I was, because me and Norm had already done the movie, and I had lunch with his assistant. We went over there.
There you go,
Yeah, I
Artie.
can tell you, Howard, it's Christopher Walken. I hosted Saturday Night Live
Yes.
several times. I think Norm is just a funny guy. He came up to me one day and said, I'm a big fan. I said, what's your favorite movie? He said, Chris Kattan's a fag.
Really?
Nothing to do with anything.
Oh, that's
I, for the
ridiculous.
record, have never heard Norm say that.
All right. Thank you, Artie.
All right, man.
Where are you today?
I'm in beautiful New Jersey.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
You want to hear?
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go.
We're on SNL one time, right? This is what Norm just didn't care about anyone. This a quick story. Pamela Anderson is on it. Every time a hot chick would come on, Kattan would go over the top to like, oh my God, he'd write a sketch. We're gonna make out. She's hot. She's with Tommy Lee Hammer. Back off.
Yeah, right.
Come on. So he writes a sketch, and they do this sketch where it's the Twilight Zone when everyone's in pig face or something.
Right.
All right. So that's the goof. So me, Kattan, we're all in it, and Norm is the guy who's got to go, imagine if you will. Now Norm doesn't read sketches, and he's a pro.
Right.
So he would rehearse it and go, hey, imagine if you will, and second time, and Kattan would go, oh my God, you don't even sound like him. Why would you do that? And I would stand and go, Norm, you gonna hit him back? Like, you gonna say something to him? You just gonna take that from this guy? Now we go to a dress show, which has audience, and it's being filmed.
Right.
And again, he starts punking into Norm on the set.
Right.
He's going, oh my God, Norm, you gonna do it right? It's my only sketch.
Hey, you don't sound like Rod Serling.
He's like, hey, imagine 10, 9, and we're on. And, hey, imagine if you will. And he knew the deal.
Right.
Now we go to air. And Norm still hasn't said nothing. Every time Catan would say something to him, I'd look at Norm like, hey, man, you're my hero. What's up? Because if you're not going to say something, I will.
Right.
And sure enough, he'd give me like a wink. I swear to you, he'd give me a wink. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Live Air comes on. And I'm like, 20 seconds to the Twilight Zone sketch. He starts up again. Where Mike, the whole audience is listening. He's like, I can't. Norm, you better sound like... Oh, God, Pamela, you're so hot. Norm, you gotta... Pamela, I can't wait if you ever get rid of... 10 seconds. Norm turns to Catan. Right before his head, he goes, hey, Pamela, did Chris tell you he's gay yet? And he's got all this rage because he likes being gay. Everyone, why don't you just say you're gay and you wouldn't have all this anger and be a pester? 5 seconds! And you wouldn't have all this rage and try to interrupt everyone's sketch because you suck this week. And we're on! Imagine if you will. I'm like, there's my hero. There's my hero.
See, he knew to save it for the live air.
Saved it. He saved
nice,
it.
and Catan sank.
I couldn't even get my words out.
Yeah, I didn't say what he said. He was saying he was being.
He was paraphrasing and being kind. What did you say?
Well, Chris is a great guy, but he used to bring around women all the time to the show, Big, tall women, Big bruisers, And he'd say, look, I'm heterosexual. I mean, he wouldn't say that out loud, but that's what that would be the caption on the picture in the New Yorker. Boy, those are funny.
So it was something related to his sexuality.
Maybe. But listen, if I call a person gay, that ain't no insult.
It's a good thing nowadays.
Yeah, if you say it's an insult, you're the homophobe, not me.
Correct. Supreme Court says so.
That's absolutely. Would you care to hear my Anthony Hopkins?
I want to hear. I want to hear
From
Anthony
Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah, I want to
Okay,
hear.
you be
your
the girl.
impression?
You be the girl.
Jodie Foster?
Yeah, just say something.
Who recently came out, right?
Yeah, but don't put that.
I'm not plugging that.
Okay, so just say it like you're.
I don't need
I'm Hannibal the cannibal.
I'm Jodie Foster. I can't do Jodie.
No, just say any line.
Okay, Hannibal, you're terrible. What have you done to these innocent people?
Clarice, I don't know what you dream about, but I ate a guy. That wasn't good at all. I thought I've never done it. Here's the problem: I've never done an impression of him.
Do one. Here's Jessica Biel from Flashdance.
Okay. So okay, Jessica, man, aren't you getting ready for your dance?
Yeah, I gotta go. I got a big thing tonight. It's like
Jennifer.
That much. My Jessica Biel and his Anthony Hopkins.
It was pretty close. They were pretty close. No, sometimes you think a good impression might come out. Did you ever do that?
What?
You go, I'll
I
try
didn't
this
even hear
guy.
what you said.
You go, man, I like this guy. I'll try him. Maybe it'll come out and sound
Yeah.
like him. And then
It's the first time you try an impression. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I could do Cary Grant.
Yeah.
I'm Cary. Nah, it didn't work out.
Didn't work.
Funny. That scene that you guys
Daryl, where's Daryl?
The scene that you
Here's
guys
my
just
Daryl.
did, the one that you just did.
Yes.
You did it a few times. So.
Yeah. Every time we try to mix it up a little,
It's good to do it less than more.
Sometimes less is more.
Less
Sometimes
is more?
It really
more
is.
Sometimes more is more when you're talking about fat women, but less is more when it's acting.
Yeah, if you're talking about Little Women, it's better to talk more about them.
Yeah, less is less. With
Talk
women,
less about heavier women.
But less is more in acting. But with big fat women, less is actually
They don't
less.
call 'em-
More is more. There's no hiding that.
It's true. Here's my impression of a big fat woman. Not very good.
Hey, fatty.
So how much longer are you guys going to be here?
What?
We're that's it.
Let's do a little from the sunshine.
We flew in for a half
Let's
hour.
do a little from the sunshine.
We're here for
Boys.
another week, I think.
But next year the sunshine boys. You want to hear a little?
I don't know
Sunshine
any from
Boys?
the Sunshine
I don't
Boys.
know. Well, they said we could add a little bit off.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to get together, get back on the road again. See, do our vaudeville act.
I can't do that.
Why
Don't
not?
you see I got all this paperwork to do?
Yeah, you're balder than anything.
Wait a minute. If I weren't 70.
Ah.
That's good. I got all this paperwork to do, and if I weren't 70.
Interesting story, I say, this week is that right on Rikers Island, they banned like 2 months ago. They banned pornography, any porno magazines from the prison, you know, because I don't know why they did it, but they had a compromise. They're allowing one porno magazine.
Only one. Huh?
Only one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the porno magazine that they're putting in is Hairy Guy's Ass Illustrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to only allow one, I would think that's the one, you know, probably.
It's a good magazine, though.
It is a good, you know.
It's not. It's not all just pictures of Hairy Guy's ass.
The articles are good, actually.
Yeah. I just read it for Hairy Guy's ass.
Well, see, that's you, Andy. Just people are all different.
He was telling me before the show that last week he went to the Hairy Guy's Ass mansion.
It was great. Why didn't you? Andy has all the fun. He gets to all the big celebrity parties.
Right. Him and Jimmy Kahn.
Yesterday night, like, because I'm trying to get into fitness. So for the past 2 days, like, I was doing those weights and all that stuff. So then I was like, yeah, I'm going to run. And then I looked on the computer about running, and they said barefoot running was good.
Yep.
So I barefoot ran on this sidewalk, and then I cut my foot. And then I had to walk back like a half a mile with a cut foot, so now my foot's all weird.
Yeah, that doesn't. They are saying that barefoot running is the way to go. In fact, they have these ridiculous shoes that protect the bottom of your foot, but each individual toe. But I've thought that often. If you're a man from the Western world, your feet are not exposed that much to rocks and glass. It's not like in Kenya where they run for
That's what Steve was
30
saying.
miles. Yeah. So we're very susceptible to what is on the ground. You could end up with tetanus. You could step on something infected with something. My suggestion to you would be to run with shoes.
That's what Steve's worried about because I just put some water on it, but my feet are still
water.
My feet are still filthy.
Oh yeah,
like the bottom of them look like homeless guys' feet.
Oh really? Now, have you bathed since the run?
I soaked it, but it's the black it's deep, that black. Whatever,
like tar and asphalt.
It's
dug into your skin now.
Yeah.
So you're getting very much into fitness because we taught you. By the way, you were great when we talked to you on the phone. Unfortunately, the guy producing it didn't have your voice in any of it, so we couldn't play it.
Really?
Yeah, but you were. So if any of this seems redundant, I apologize. I'm sorry that you had to get up to do that. Norm Macdonald, by the way, 2 shows tonight at the Wilbur Theater. You can get tickets at thewilbur.com or call Ticketmaster at 1-800-745-3000. So since when and why has exercise become this passion of yours?
3 days ago.
Yeah. Like what occurred to you where you're like, you know what, I need to start running outside and lifting weights and researching this stuff?
Well, I had these weights that somebody gave to me a long time ago, and so I was lifting those for a couple days. I was starting to feel really good. Then I went for a swim. And then that was like the night before last, and I was like, yeah, everything's going to be different now. It was horrible.
So you're working out now and stuff, right?
Yeah, how about you?
I worked out a couple times. I liked it when I was young. I didn't have, you didn't have to work out. You were just in good shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was in my best shape back then. I think I was seriously, when I was when I was 1. That's when
Reached your peak when you were 1.
My God, I look great. You wouldn't know me now. You see me back then. I was young and fresh.
I can imagine.
Even for my age, people would come up to me and go, what, you 0? I don't work out. I'm a weak man. You know that, Dennis.
Well, listen, you and I were on the Mount Olympus of weakness.
And not just physically.
Oh, no, in every way.
In every single way. So, I told the guy that, and he said he couldn't do anything except for the physical part. But I don't know if he was the best trainer anyway. He was smoking a butt the whole time.
No, that's not good.
That's just a joke. He was a big guy. And but I told him, I said, look, I don't want be big
like you. You know, I don't want veins. I have no use for that in my arms, you know, or abs. I don't want abs. I don't even know quite what they are. All I know is they were invented around the 80s. And I don't even know what you do when you get them, you know what I mean? Because you got to wear a shirt, you know? You just go to work and go, hey, you want to see these things on my belly? Everybody's like, no. But so I told the guy, I said, I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I want to have one hot ass.
Now, folks, I don't like to brag, but like Schwarzenegger, I did a little bodybuilding back in the day, too. But I'm guessing you guys wouldn't want to see that, though, would you? Okay, all right, sure. Let's hope that doesn't live on the YouTube forever, long after I'm dead, out of context.
Some days we get closer, things that we never really needed, promises that we never thought of keeping safe. I guess it's never over if we never got a chance.
I never worked out or anything like that because, you know, I always felt like you can't, like if you're a dude, you know, you can't really, the ladies don't seem to care, at least that's what they say. And then also, I don't think you can get like a perfect body. I think if you're a lady, you can get a perfect body. But if you're a dude, I don't think you can get like a perfect body on account of you got like every dude seems to have one of those like a sack, you know, a sack, right? And so, no matter how perfect your body is, if you got a sack, it doesn't look very good. You know, you don't have a good-looking body, basically. You know, no matter what. Well, you show me any dude, go, hey, look at that guy's body. I go, good God, what's that fucking thing? That guy's got a sack on him. You know, it's not a good-looking body. You ever see a guy with a good-looking sack? You know, yeah. You hear a guy go, hey, Bob, you know what your best feature is? Me and the guys were talking about it. Your sack. Holy Lord, that's... You doing something different with your sack lately or something? God damn, it looks good. Good-looking sack you're toting around there, I'm telling you. Right? You can't work out on that or anything. Got no machine, got no sack of steel. They're just giving up on that, man. That's why I'm surprised the fucking those plastic surgeons. Why are they working on the sack, man? Guy goes like, man, I got a little thing here, a line under my eye. I'm gonna get that taken care of. Meanwhile, huge ancient old sack hanging out. Yeah, that's my problem, man. That eye thing. That little crow's feet there, man. I get rid of them, that'll be good. Sack's old too, man. That's older than you, your sack. I don't know how that worked out. You know what I mean? You can have a dude like 25, his sack's like 100 years old. Right? Sometimes you turn to it for advice. You ever do that? You go, right? You go, what would you do, wise old sack? No? He's like, I tell you something, son. You see old guys sack like that. Old guys sacks are really old because they're like 80. Their sack's like 400 or 500 years old. It's like a fucking old, like a tree or something. It's not like a tree, but trees are old. I'd rather than look. But you know, it is rather daunting to me. I'm just a guy, you know? What the hell am I? And here I am, you know, I look out, I see President Bill Clinton, you know, I see Secretary of State Madeleine Albright,
You know, media mogul Rupert Murdoch, you know, broadcast legend Larry King, you know, pornographer Larry Flint, you know, Dick Morris. The list is starting to drop off a little, folks, but still, you get the idea. It's daunting.
And did you meet anybody, any heroes of yours? You meet any big celebrities?
Yeah, I met Larry Flint. He's not my hero, but he's a guy. He's a famous guy.
Sure, he's famous. He's well known.
Yeah, I enjoy meeting famous guys,
Sure.
you know. And he came out, he's in a wheelchair, and he talks like this. He goes, but he was, it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
No.
He was shot. So, anyways, excuse me, I'm sorry, folks. Larry Flint and Dick Morris are giving some sort of hand signals to each other over there. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but it's kind of hard to concentrate. Larry Flint is here tonight. But also present this evening, Madeleine Albright, the Secretary of... He said, because I was in the movie The People Against Larry Flint.
Versus
Larry.
You were in the movie. The People versus. It was a famous movie, and
Yes,
you're in it.
I was in it. I was one of the people that was versusing him.
Okay.
So he said to me, hey, no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. No, but this is what he said to me, Conan. He goes, when you're in Los Angeles, you know, I told him I was coming to Los Angeles. He goes, when you're in Los Angeles, he goes, look me up. He goes, I'll take care of you.
Whenever people say that, you think like, that means nothing. But coming from him,
like if my Uncle Phil told me that from Minneapolis, I'd think if he went, hey, I'll take care of you when you come to Minneapolis. That means like I'll make you a nice chicken pot pie. You know? But Larry Flint, that means, you know, I'll get you a couple of hot, dirty broads, you know, and then while you're having sex with them, I'll come into my wheelchair. You know? Who knows what it means?
Okay.
I met Larry Flint because we have a thing here in the United States where you go and talk in front of the president. So you do a stand-up comedy, which is what I do.
To the president?
To the president and a bunch of press people.
When?
It's like a roast.
Yeah. You never heard of that? Never heard television?
Go and do comedy at the president.
Yeah.
He sits down, you go and do some comedy.
Well, not right to him, not just one-on-one.
Right.
There's a bunch of press people.
The White House Correspondents.
Anyway, it's called the White House Correspondents.
When I accepted the honor of performing here tonight, one thought crossed my mind, and that was, please, God, don't let me bomb in front of the president.
Anyway, the point of it is this. Larry Flint was there, right? So afterwards, I went up to Larry Flint, and I'm very uncomfortable around anyone's, wheelchair.
Why?
Or any sick person.
You're worried about it. You don't know what to say. You don't know if to address it or not.
Yeah, and I'm worried about my own mortality.
You think it's almost infectious?
Yes, I really do believe that they don't tell you how many contagious things there are. So I got close up to him, which you have to do with these fellas, and I said, "Hi, Larry," and he said, "Hi." So I said, "No, of course." I just agreed with him. Anyways, he said to me, he said, "Whenever you're out in California, come on over, I'll take care of you." So I was like, oh. And then I thought about it. I live in rural Canada. Now, my Uncle Basil, if he said, "Hey, anytime you're in the Ottawa Valley, come on over, I'll take care of you," that would mean he would make me a nice mincemeat pie, and Aunt Ida would play on the piano, and it'd be a heck of a thing. But when Larry Flint says, "I'll take care of you," I assume that means I'll be having sex with an odd-looking lady, and then he'll come.
A masturbating, voyeuristic, bewildered Larry Flint that's conjecture. But I think what is reasonable, Norm, is that him saying, "I'll take care of you," because if it was like a man that ran like a vegetable store, "I'll take care of you," you might think that you're going to get some beets, some juices. I don't think you'd be paying for the pornography. I think a friendship with Larry is a portal to pornography.
Oh, absolutely.
I see.
Last week on Larry King Live, Marlon Brando made the shocking statement that Hollywood is, quote, run by Jews. In response, outraged Jewish organizations made it snow in New York in April. Well, earlier this week, actor Marlon Brando met with Jewish leaders to apologize for comments he made on Larry King Live. Among them, that, quote, Hollywood is run by Jews. The Jewish leaders accepted the actor's apology and announced that Brando is now free to work again. While in England, where he spoke at Oxford University, Simpson had defended actor Marlon Brando's criticism of Hollywood Jews. Later, from his island hideaway, Brando sent O.J. a telegram which read, "You're not helping." In Cincinnati, is Cincinnati Reds owner Marge Schott an anti-Semite? Well, it is beginning to look that way. According to a report out today, on the entire Cincinnati Reds team, there is not one Jewish player. A group of Orthodox rabbis declared that other branches of Judaism are, quote, not Judaism at all, thus challenging the religious status of millions of American Jews. This week, that statement was rejected by Reform leader Rabbi Don Schonstein, who said, quote, our legitimacy as Jews flows from the richness of our Jewish lives, the strength of our Jewish communities, and most important of all, our deep and abiding belief in Jesus Christ. Finally, folks, next week, Jews everywhere will be celebrating the holiday of Yom Kippur, or as non-Jews refer to it, Wednesday.
Here it is, ready?
What's your favorite religious movie?
I loved Passion of the Christ.
Did you?
Although I will say I thought it was very anti-Semitic, because every Jew looked like fucking Levitts. You know what I mean? They were all like, hook noses and stuff. So I could see the anti-Semitism. But what I liked was the incredible violence. But you know what was strange?
Did they ask them, did you kill Jesus? No.
I had a bar mitzvah, Norm.
Yeah. You did?
Yeah.
Wait, are you Jewish?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm kidding. I love the Jewish people.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know you had a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
That's when you turn 13 and they cut part of your cock off.
No.
What is it again?
No.
You cut your own cock off.
Wait, are you Jewish?
In front of all your grandparents. And am I? Yeah, I am.
What kind of bar mitzvah did you have?
It was the cutting edge. You know what I mean?
The setup of the joke is it's a Jew joke.
Okay.
Two Gentile businessmen meet on the street. One of them says, how's business? The other one says, great. See, he gets it. He really got it. He really liked it.
Yeah.
So the joke is about who doesn't get it. He's Jewish, he gets it.
Yeah.
You're not, you don't.
But I don't believe he got it.
Oh, yeah, he got it. He got it.
Can we find out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell Norm why that's funny.
Because it's two Jews and how's business? Great.
Well, that's just what he said.
No, it's two Gentile businessmen.
Oh, yeah, I don't
That's
get the
what's
joke.
funny about it.
I knew he didn't get it. I can spot fake laughs.